biggest one was with nickel. So I don't know if you know this story. In 2022, the price of nickel on the LME skyrocketed, like they touch more than 22,000 US dollar per tons. Nowadays wow. we are about 15 or 16,000, and LME wasn't able to not cluster but to do the custody service for all the traders that were trying to put their position. And so this was a big crash because the LME decided to shut down for one day and reopen the day after, and to close all the position because it wasn't able to do that. Of course, nowadays LME became more solid, more structured, understood those kind of speculating activity. Yeah. But I will say that nowadays there is a huge battle also in the same element. So nickel is not the most famous one. I would say it doesn't have the same volume of aluminum or copper, but there are a lot of hidden, let's say, hidden war against the producers, against the hedge funds that are speculating, against traders. So when we put all these players together, we came up with sometimes the winning of one of them or another of them. And in nickel, what we see nowadays is that there are a lot of pressure on the price. So they're trying to push down the price since more than 1 year. The price for the producer to be capable of producing the nickel and sell it is about 16,000 US dollar per ton. And nowadays the range of the price is like that. It also came a little bit down, so lower than 16,000, around 15,800 US dollar per ton. And why this is happening? Not because the demand isn't there, because actually the demand is there. And nickel is a very, let's say, interesting and let's say valuable product for the transition for the EV. So in those kind of industry is well renowned for battery. So they're using it for that. So the demand is there. But the producer, so Indonesian producer of nickel, that are the biggest one worldwide, they have the mines, they have the refinery, and they're owned by the Chinese. So they're not really Indonesian, but they're owned by the Chinese. They're trying to push down the price. Why? Because they want to put pressure on other producer, other miners located in Africa, South America, Australia. So they are trying to do that in order to let them to close their operation or to put them on pause. So they will get more size of the market. So I think this is very interesting because last year, Anglo American, one of the biggest players in the nickel industry, decided to sell some of his mines of nickel to a Chinese company. And or maybe it happened in New Caledonia. There was a huge riot within the civilians with the French government, and also for this reason they stopped the production. And also in this case, the Indonesian, they get more market size.